As the Queen's eldest child, Prince Charles is the heir to the throne. Although we aren't quite there yet, the Regency Act may be implemented if the Queen is unable to carry out her royal duties, with the tipping point being her weekly meetings with the current Prime Minister, a royal expert claimed. Speaking on Royally Us, royal author Christopher Andersen discussed the Prince of Wales' likelihood at being elevated to the role of regent. In reference to Charles representing the Queen at the 2022 state opening of Parliament, Mr. Andersen said, "This was a very significant moment in history." He noted that, with Charles attending the event, it was as though we're seeing a soft launch of Charles' reign as king. He pointed out that although we're not quite there yet, as the Regency Act has to be implemented before Charles can be considered officially a regent. Mr. Andersen said, "You have to have 3 out of 5 officials say, well, she, the Queen, can't handle the duties anymore." Read more. Princess Beatrice's scene-stealing entrance at Royal Ascot leads her to make comical quip, "I think the tipping point would be if she couldn't have her weekly meetings, audiences with the Prime Minister. At that point, I think, shush is such a workaholic, and she know those famous red leather boxes with all the tables, she studies them, she really thinks that's the major part of her job, is to keep abreast of affairs. If she can't do that anymore, it'll just be interesting to see if we end up with Charles regent before he becomes king." The nation's longest reigning sovereign has previously given her view on the importance of her meetings with her prime ministers. Read more. Kate and William send direct message to Meghan and Harry with latest move as head of state. The 96-year-old stands as politically neutral and acts on the advice of her government in political matters, but her political knowledge is expansive. Due to her ongoing mobility struggles, the Prince of Wales has regularly represented his mother at various events over the past few months. One of the most recent events was the state opening of Parliament in May, where Charles read out the Queen's speech in the absence of Her Majesty. This event is held annually, and the Queen has now only missed the event 3 times during her 70-year reign. Don't miss Kate and Meghan right in step with Royal Jubilee Memo analysis. Meghan and Harry caught in Netflix mess after master plan ruined video. Meghan and Harry forced to back of procession to prevent photos. Insight. During the coronavirus pandemic, the Queen held her weekly meetings with the Prime Minister via telephone. In June 2021, she held their first meeting in person with Boris Johnson since March 2020, when the pandemic took over. Speaking at the time, Buckingham Palace appeared to be very happy with the audience with Mr. Johnson. A source said, "This face-to-face audience was extremely important. Her Majesty was very happy to meet Mr. Johnson.